not sure if I should be singing Little GTO or She's Real Fine, my 409, or riding along in my merry Oldsmobile, or just shutting up and letting the rumbly Corvette make the music for me. Rumble, rumble. We don't need those stinking mufflers. We're at Musclepalooza 2019, and it is 10:30 in the morning. We got here an hour ago, and the parking lot was almost full. And it is going to be a full house today on a beautiful day in Lebanon Valley Race Park, Nassau County, between Albany and the Pittsfield, Massachusetts border. Pittsfield's about 10 miles that way, maybe. Don't we love reading Hemmings and muscle machines and classic cars? I'm throwing in a little name drop. We've got our Tornado here. We made it with the catastrophic failure left rear wheel bearing. Unbelievable what a 5 drops transmission fluid and a little bit of red and tacky Lucas grease will do on that destroyed wheel bearing. Every car imaginable under the sun is here. There's show cars, there's survivors, there's resto mods, there's Aspen RTs. When's the last time you saw an Aspen RT? Take an aspirin or have a lemon? 360? Yep. Little built? Yep. Good. Excellent car. These are the cars that I grew up with. What a rumble on that. Take an aspirin or have a lemon. Speaking of lemons, GSX 678 built in Saturn yellow. 15-inch tires were not very popular. This one got Billboard G60 15s on 15x7 Buick exclusive wheels. They're not Magnum 500s, they're Buick exclusive wheels, tri-shield center caps, 383 Super Commando. It is a CUDA. 383 CUDA GTX 440 air grabber. We could walk around the cars here for hours and hours and try to get our facts straight. This must be a 68 because it has no headrests, torque flight 727 automatic, clock, AM radio, that's all you needed to go fast. 440, 1971. Cutlass with a 455 with a W25. Pearl white interior. Tilt steering. Sport steering wheel. Outside air induction, fiberglass W25 hood. 65 Riviera. Bill Mitchell's combination of Ferrari and Rolls-Royce on a Buick. This one's got the 425 nail head, second to last year. 66 was the last year. 2 4-barrels. It's a ground sport. It's got factory air, clamshell headlight. They wanted to put that in 63 and 64. It took them till 65 to almost get it right. Chrysler doorknobs. These are 68 doorknobs. These are not 65s. Have to let them know. TAC, AM, FM, tilt, power seat, power windows, remote mirror, no power vent windows, Buick, compass, tissue dispenser, Buick Grand Sport, factory air, rear armrest. If you would have bought a 65 Bonneville convertible, you would have got leather interior. I wonder if it was available on the Buick. What would you like to see? An F85, W31, a 64 GTO, 389 Tri-Power, and sing the song, Little GTO. I'll keep it quiet, I won't quit my day job. A patina dart swinger, right from Uncle Tony's garage. 318 4-barrel, how many do they make of those?
Not too many.
One of none? 318's a great motor, a bit more economical than a 340. Which is not what's in here because this is an RB raised block. Not that I know my Mopars very well, but this has got a beautiful paint job. It's got the alligator texture, vinyl top, scat pack equipped, 4-speed pistol grip. It just never ends with beautiful cars. Fairlane 500, probably got a 390, 4-speed with period correct moon eye gauges. Modern steering wheel. 3 2-barrels. Oh my Thunderbird. What is the BMW doing here? Must be LS powered. I thought they didn't allow Kraut cars in. I've got a couple of them, but I'll leave them at home. Barracuda V8. Uncle Tony's garage just did a feature on a beat up one with white trim on it and a nice Survivor car. You decide which one you want to buy. Uncle Tony gives good advice. 67 Corvette. The year that shouldn't have been, it should have been a 68, but they weren't quite ready, so the 67's kind of a bit of this and a bit of that. Looks like it has 68 hubcaps, side exhaust, 427, white top, could have had a leather interior. It's got period correct windshield wiper blades. Those were never available from the factory as far as I know. No power windows, no leather. It's got a few options. You've got the modern muscle, which today they shouldn't allow it in because the place is full. We're gonna wander around here. There's stuff in every direction. She's real fine. My little GTO, yeah, wouldn't mind racing a GTO versus a 409 in a 62 Bel Air so-called bubble top. It's got line lock, no power steering or brakes. It's got big tube 2-inch headers because this car was meant to go fast. Needs a fan shroud. It's got a big radiator, but you still should have a fan shroud. Draw that air in. Oh yeah, no messing around. 62 Bel Air bubble top. Wouldn't mind having one myself, along with many others. You could tell it's a Chevy because it's a cheap car. Chevys were cheap cars. They just had good motors. We're gonna ignore the modern muscle because we don't really care. All you do is go to the showroom and plunk down your money. Doing an old car is a lot harder. You go on Craigslist or eBay, you get ripped off. The cars aren't as described. They never are. Everyone's a piece of junk. The guys just want to sell them. It's hard to be honest when you're selling a car because you want to sell it. Nice to be somebody's friend or pretend you are. 67 GTO. Built. Yep, 67. It's got the mesh grille further back and the trim doesn't go all the way around like it did in 66. 66 has the eyebrow taillight. 67, they opened it up. 283 Power Glide. I don't really know if a 66 Impala Supersport should be in here. It is Musclepalooza, and a 283 Power Glide ain't got no muscle. I had one, I know all about it. It's a good motor, but 68 Chevelle SS 396. Hemmings was building one of these. I wonder if this is the car. Theirs had a 427 crate motor with a 5-speed maybe. What were they doing? They had to move the cross member back because they put a 4L80. I gotta get my story straight now. I read the article. This is obviously a stick car and it's beautifully restored, and it does not have the machined pulley on the alternator like all the ones from China have. This one has the correct 2-piece stamped pulley. If you watch Patrick Glenn Nichols' Muscle Car Barn Finds, you'd see him go over the detail of the correct date code fan, the date code pulleys, date code master cylinder. He reviews the body plate. If you want to know about your Chevelles, you watch Patrick Glenn Nichols. This has got a weird master cylinder with a bolt through the top. I didn't realize they put this on as late as 68, but maybe they did. Maybe it's an early one. You got to get all your details right if you want to do it right. Get the correct bolts on the alternator, get a correct date code alternator, get the correct hose clamps that aren't the Chinese ones that bend when you tighten them. I don't know about that clamp there. Just a 325 horsepower station wagon motor. I've got some tower clamps on my cars, but you could be sure they're originals. Made in America. I try to avoid the Chinese crap at all expenses. There's a Rebel machine here. There's a Hemi Cuda with a shaker. There's a Cadillac with a V8. They should have a show across the street for all the modern stuff. Maybe 1985, 1990 or newer. We're just running out of room. We got a 39 Ford with patina, 65 Chevelle 2-door wagon that I saw in Hemmings. There's just stuff everywhere, everywhere. This is a great day. They said a 1% chance of rain yesterday, and it rained last night just after I fixed my coil wire. She's real fine, my 409. I had one of these. My friend had one in a 67 Parisienne. We even got the correct exhaust manifolds that dumped further back because they changed the crossmember layout from 64 to 65. They did put 409s in 65, and my friend and I put one in his 67 Parisienne. Tight clearance on that rocker. against the firewall, but as long as it doesn't touch. I've always wanted a 55 Chevy along with many, many other cars. I always like the shoebox 55. Maybe I'll give up investing in real estate and start buying 55 Chevys, 57 Nomads, and 62 bubble top 409s, and build that 65 Parisienne with a 409, just like my dad's Parisienne convertible. And a Hemi GTX 66 Belvedere. What is this? This is a 63 Galaxy 500 XL with a big Ford motor. I can't tell you what it is because I'm not a fan of Fords, but I can appreciate a nice car. Hemi Cuda. It's not a Barracuda, it's a Hemi Cuda, and it uses a very similar system to tie down the jack as my Buick does. It uses a spring to hold the jack to the floor. Can't put much in this trunk. No vinyl top, very uncommon. The vinyl top was fashionable and highly profitable. It's got a Ram Air hood button that says Carb Air. Vents, remember those? And a Hemi. I don't care if it's a clone. The real ones are worth too much money. No power brakes. Aluminum water pump. I don't know what's original. I don't know. I'm not Nick Panaritis. This is not Nick's garage, but I do like the headers, even though the exhaust manifolds were very well swept and designed. Everybody knows the Hemi was built for the racetrack, not the street. But they put them on the street, and they had solid lifters in 66, 7, 8, and I think 9. And 70 they went to hydraulic lifters. Who wants to be adjusting mechanical valve lifters? I don't mind. I like the clatter. Just leave the hydraulic ones a couple turns loose. 1973 Gremlin X, a Hornet with its back chopped off. A buddy of mine, Mr. Spike Punk, had a nice 74 Hornet, nice orange one with a straight six, very nice car. I always liked AMCs. I've had a couple. A black Gremlin X. I'd take this over a Vega or a Pinto any day. It's a real car. Ram Air GTO. 1971, 662 made, turbo hydromatic 400, tough steering wheel, tack and gauges, Judge stripes. My mother was going to order her 71 T37 with Judge stripes, but she wanted the body side molding. You couldn't have it both. She would have had a 6-cylinder T37 with GTO Judge stripes because Pontiac would build it any way you wanted. You wanted a T37 with a 455 HO, no problem. You wanted a GT37 with a 455 HO, no problem. Chevy was a bit more fussy. You wanted a big block in a Chevelle, you had to get the SS. This one's got optional hideaway windshield wipers, tinted glass. It's got a 502. It's got some Taiwan parts. It's unavoidable. 2 1/8 inch, 2 1/4 inch serpentine belt system, 2 1/4 inch headers. Magnum 500s, probably in the 15 inch, whereas they would have been 14. It's got an extra wide lip here. I'm guessing these are 15 inch wheels. Nice Mustang fastback. Could have been a 271 horsepower K series, but this is just got a little bit extra meat and potatoes, extra gravy on the potatoes. 3 2-barrels, not a 6-pack, not a tri-power, just 3 2-barrels. 6-pack was a Chrysler, tri-power was a Pontiac. Then they had Olds and Cadillac. One of Spike Punk's friends had one of these way back in the day. Rudy, that's a long time ago. It's got the rally pack, 4-speed, no console. Very nice. Lee Iacocca took a Falcon, a Ford crap can, and turned it into the hottest selling car ever, the Mustang. Everybody had one of these in college. They had Z28s where I grew up. This is a 79 or 80. It's got the fake rope wrapped steering wheel, no power windows, 4-speed, AM, FM, and the year on the sticker is 78. Those were the days. Drilled bumper on the Fairmount. Got a nice pale yellow Grand Sport 7071. Beautiful Buick going fast with class interior with a nice staple shifter. Modified thick rim steering wheel. And got a serious built 350. No 455 here. Similar motor with the external oil pump. Beware. Small tube headers keep the torque down low. Probably has a turbo hydromatic 350. Little add-on transmission oil cooler. Got modern stuff. We got weird stuff. Got a big motor. A lot of horsepower there. AMX, always wanted one of these on the bucket list. Mopar on the bucket list. $390 with the, what did they call it? Go Pack. AMC called it a Go Pack. The paint's a little on the shiny side, but it's his car. Do what you want. That looks just like the gas cover in the trunk of the Blazer K5 that I sold to the gentleman that's doing a great job fixing her up and getting her just right. Mopar action. 72 Duster. Probably got a 340. 69 Camaro with a big block. LS powered 65 two-door coupe with a full roll cage. RT Ram Charger. One of 37 built, 12,000 miles. Original six-pack, have all docs. Yes, pays you money and he drives the fastest Mopar of the day. Interesting, wraparound grills, hood pins. Second owner. Just like the Price is Right. It could be yours if the price is right. Kit car with lots of Webers or Weber looking. What's this? 64 Impala, nose up in the air, 327 with 2.4 barrels off some kind of Corvette. Lots of Corvettes had 2.4 barrels. Got the aftermarket alternator pulley that only came on Cadillacs or Chinese alternators. No power steering or brakes, small tube headers. This guy wanted to go fast. And his daddy's 64 Impala. You could have had a Malibu in 64, but this guy wanted to go fast in an Impala. 327, 275 horse or 300 horse. Rowing it with a 4-speed. Probably had a Borg Warner T10, not a Super T10 because it wasn't aluminum, it was a cast iron case. Aluminum case in 64.
Might not be right, but that's what's in there.
Oh, I'm trying to get all this right. You think it's easy? This is like the game of Jeopardy, and I ain't going to win $10 million like that guy's doing right now. Big exhaust. 64 Le Mans, 61 Impala in shiny red with a dog leg shifter and a little mini console. Very nice. 61 Chevy. Yep, it's got a 409 with period style alloy valve covers, 2.4 barrels. Bit of a resto mod. Maybe it's got disc brakes. Yeah, because how do you stop this thing with 9-inch drum brakes or maybe 11-inch drum brakes? You tired of this stuff yet? There's lots to look at. Avanti Studebaker with a big pulley on the R134A equipped air conditioning. Got a small block Chevy, which is what Avanti put in because Avanti was going down the tube. Studebaker was history. After 65, they built them from one last year in Ontario. This is a 69 Avanti, the new 1969 Avanti with a 327. They could have had a 350 as early as 67 in the Camaros. This has got a 327 Stingray engine, automatic or 4-speed, heater and defroster, power brakes, disc caliper front, premium Firestone 500 tires, acrylic lacquered paint, any color, all instrument, direct reading, Naga hide vinyl trim. You ever catch a Naga hide? It's almost as hard as catching a cow to get the leather. Roll bar, padded, bucket seats front, console between seats, padded instrument board, viscous drive fan misspelled, radius rods, rear axle stabilizer, front and rear, dual exhaust systems with resonators to keep the honey from getting too aggravated. Vanity tray, handcrafted tool, pouch in trunk, shock absorbers, heavy duty, adjustable, windshield and rear glass, Solex tinted, free on board. FOB South Bend, Indiana, $7,100. You could have bought a pretty nice Cadillac. I never liked the Avanti. These wheels were optional. Same looking wheel on the 71, 72 Old on the full size with a larger 5-inch bolt circle, was it? But these are some weird kind of wheel. Doesn't say a word about it here. Optional items. Let's read. Power steering, air conditioning, motor wheel, Exciter polycast wheels, $100 for 4. Luxury home carpets. Of course, you're buying a fancy car, you better have shag carpeting, just like you got at home with a rake to keep the nap up. Radio and antenna Delco, just like the air conditioning, just like the transmission in your Rolls Royce or your Jaguar. Firestone Premium 500 white walls, $35 for a total delivered price of $8,000. You have to buy a rich man to buy a Studebaker. And between you and me, got side marker lights, 69, mandatory in January 68. Between you and me, I would take a Studebaker GT Hawk any day, but these are popular cars. They even made an experimental one with a basket top Targa roof that they featured in Hemmings, on Hemmings online. Interesting car. I think it's pretty good looking. I always like the Porsche Targa roof. I'll never have one of those. Z28, just like my era. They call them that across the pond and in Canada, but here they're called Z28s, and I just stepped in a puddle with my brand new Keens. I'm so happy to have them on. I bought some shoes at a shoe store, and I didn't like them at all. Now I got my favorite Keens. They got thick rubber soles, and I can walk in puddles. 4-speed, got that rope wrap steering wheel, probably a 78, I'm guessing. The new Camaros for 1978. Articulated windshield wipers. Oh, it's just too much to look at. Hurst wheels with crappy drum brakes, Royal Bobcat. All the American manufacturers cared about was going fast with your 389, 348 horsepower, 3.2, 66. This is a 65. 66 would have had the same size center carburetor, 1 year only. And for 67, GM said, that's it. No more tri-carbs except on the Corvette. So in 67, they called the GTO motor, which had 12 more listed horsepower, the HO. And Pontiac always had a high-performance engineering team, and so did Chevy, and so did Buick, and so did Olds, and so did Ford, and so did American Motors. I always thought these Monte Carlos should have had a chrome strip underneath to break it up so you don't see that ugly pinch weld. This guy's painted it black. It's a factory-style baloney cut. But it's not stock at all, I could tell. There's lots to look at here. I'm going to end this video and go look around and make some friends and talk too much and maybe make some enemies. Never liked the Charger style. Never liked this bench seat. No, it's 2 bucket seats with a center pad, something. Column shift, air conditioning. Got the Charger dash with a 150 mile an hour speedometer and a tick-tock tack, I think. We're having a great time at Hemmings Musclepalooza 2019. It just never ends. Toe tabs on a 64 Biscayne. There's got to be a story behind that. 409, 425 horse. Does it get any better than that? Hard top battery, spring rings, tower clamps.
I used to watch that.
Grade 8 bolts holding the engine in. I guess the grade 5 bolts just didn't
Those guys
make the cut.
In 1 Adam 12.
Tinted glass, beautiful shaded interior. Green line Stuart Warner gauges and a 4-speed that looks like it came out of something from 1965, not 1964. With a pull-up for reverse. White top, just like a taxi. Keep the top cool with all tinted glass, 3-piece bumpers. It's a cheapy Biscayne, so it's only got 2 tail lamps, not 3. Just like the Buicks, they had 3 Ventaports on a standard one and 4 on the Century with the big motor, more or less. Red line, 5,900 RPM. Wow. Front disc brakes.
All right, final call.
1967, 68 style.
3 and 4, 12-second cars to 5 and 6 completely.
A little bit of clearance there on that exhaust manifold. It's been trimmed at an angle and it's got a shim cut at the same angle. Very interesting. I wonder what the story is behind that. No power steering, no power brakes, got a large pulley alternator machined. I wonder if that's stock. Got an idler for the water pump.
Hey folks, we are
must have disc brakes. Today. Yeah, single piston 1969 and up. And a little diaper on the steering pitman shaft. Very nice. Very nice. I still prefer the 62 Bel Air bubble top. The nice cars just never end. GTOs, Cougar XR7s. I wish we could turn that PA system down. Maybe the guy that watches my videos will say, turn me down. I'm interrupting his carryings on the PA, blaring loud. We're here at a car show. Thunderbird, GTO, Chevelle, 56 Chevy, 340 Duster, Street Rod. I thought this was a muscle car show. What's a BMW doing in here? What's a Cadillac doing in here with a Chevy motor? 70 Chevelle, the Holy Grail. 396, 350 horse, standard engine. All right, I've had a good time. People are wandering around looking at everything there is to see on a beautiful sunny day. Lebanon Valley Race Park. Thank you very much for hosting this event, Hemmings. Oh, wait. Rally 350, 1970. There was supposed to be one here today. I've got one at my shop, and the guy's got 2 more, and there's none here today. No Rally 350s from Montreal. Post Coupe Less than 204 speed, single gear production, 350, 310 horse. It's not the big motors, it's a 310 4-barrel station wagon motor. Beautifully restored. Even has the correct stamp steel pulley with the wrong belt, too wide. Outside air induction, stampings, original, restored. Combination of both. Hurst 4-speed, bench seat. Got the cheapy interior because it's a post coupe, but it does have the dress-up trim on the post coupe. You could order any option you wanted. It was a GM. They would make it any way you wanted. It's a wing car, and we love it.